It's about time this show started. I've been waiting here for seconds. For mere seconds, I've been waiting here.
You've been ready.
Welcome to St. Augustine this evening, the Mike Davis Show. It is Thursday the 15th. Hopefully,
that's what I've been told.
It's time to get back together. If you broke up with somebody on the 13th, Valentine's Day is over. You can now get back together.
You're safe
With them. You don't have to buy them another gift for a while. Speaking of getting back together, any second now, I know our guest is going to come in today.
Hey, there it is.
There he is. Oh, guests. Ha!
Guests.
Multiple guests in here today, and we're very happy that you guys are here. Before we introduce all of our happy guests on Thursday, this is our favorite show of the week because it's Friday for us.
Yay.
Amanda doesn't get a day off, but no, we both get days off tomorrow night because we don't have to work. So, yeah.
I always work.
I know. You're just a slave to work. Salomon Services. It's the premier place for personal training in St. Augustine. They specialize in both youth and adult personal training classes. They have small group strength and fitness development classes. If you're trying to be quick, speedy, agile, they can help you do all of those things, plus stronger. And if you've got an injury, they can help you recover, get back on the field or the court in better shape. They do all of this in their state-of-the-art center with both indoor and outdoor turf areas, and every single one of their coaches is certified through the National Strength and Conditioning Association. Give them a call today, 904-461-9945. Salomon Services. I keep telling you, just because it's a month and a half in doesn't mean you got to give up. You can still get in shape this year.
You can do this. All right, we've got Powell Heating and Air Conditioning. They have been locally owned for 39 years. I did the math. I changed it. Their dedication to customer service has been evident in everything that they do from the moment they answer your call until the time they leave your home. They are working to make you comfortable and confident about the care and service you receive from Powell. With their fleet of 10-plus trucks, a 15,000 square foot warehouse stocked with parts and equipment, they are ready to serve you around the clock. They service all heating and air conditioning brands, and their emergency service is always open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, including nights, weekends, and holidays. Call Powell Heating and Air Conditioning for all of your comfort needs. We have Carmelo's Pizzeria, locally owned and operated by the Tringali family. They were voted best pizza 9 years in a row. New York style brick oven pizza. They serve salads, subs, wings, and more. But the Tringali family also owns 123 Burger House. They were voted best burger 3 years running. Chicken, wings, salads, authentic wood-fired pizza, and ice cream. Both restaurants offer dine-in, takeout, and delivery through Bite Squad and Grubhub. The Tringali family wants to join you for dinner tonight, so head on over.
And Land Title of America, whether you realize it or not, when you refinance the sale or purchase of a home, there's a title company involved. Don't get stuck with some out-of-town company who doesn't give a crap when you're faced with challenges. Stay local and choose Land Title of America. Just call or text Stephen Collins, 904-501-4481. He specializes in all types of real estate transactions. Land Title, your local title company, insuring America's land one title at a time because
they give a crap.
They give a crap. They give a crap. Sorry, I was reading comments.
Blake, thank you so much
Blake.
for being aware and awake, and welcome to the show. This is Champion Blevins.
Yes.
Not Champion Blevins.
Not Champion Blevins.
Not right there, right there. All right,
I feel like a winner.
Yes.
I get to hang with you guys.
Different W word. They have tips for kids. We got another one today. Blue Water Jewelers, who's one of our sponsors, will be at the Black Fly on March the 5th from 5 to 8 p.m. And again, Ameris Bank will be at Ford's Garage. So, and is it true you have a burger named after you now?
A Gypsy?
At the new Gypsy.
At the Gypsy, yeah. And at Kaiser's, awesome. I have a sandwich at Kaiser's. And
That's
we got the garage. And we got fries at Cali Burger.
You're all in.
All over town.
You're all over town.
You can eat Troy everywhere you go.
I'm sprinting.
Yes. All right.
Unlike the sauces at Kaiser's Deli.
That's so good.
Also, Jim Priester, who's running for sheriff, is having a kick-off campaign event Thursday, February the 29th, 5 to 8 p.m. St. Augustine Shrine Club. You can RSVP to Kelly Harrison at 904-463-6731. I'm not endorsing anybody when I announce these. If you send them to me as a campaign, we will let people know where you will be. Because we feel like it's important for people to go meet the candidates, and we want to help them do that in any way. So if you're running a campaign, send me a note. We'll announce it. And like I said,
I know I'm officially getting old when I knew both of them when they first started on the force.
Yeah. Tell me you watched both of them in childcare and then I know you were old.
Once you change
I
their
have
diapers.
some of those stories too. So do you. So don't start.
Yes. I was going to give
You are the senior in this room.
the Jackie Hurd update today. I'm saving it for trivia.
Oh, okay.
I'm saving it for trivia today.
Oh,
Okay.
I am.
What is that?
Tomorrow is the Fort Mose Jazz and Blues Series, so you can go there. Saturday, the Lighthouse 5K Run, School of the Century 16th Talamato Century Tours, and Pedro Menendez High School Annual Car Show Cruisers cruising in, and Gamble Rogers Concert Series. Oh my God, I'm exhausted. I haven't even
You're
gotten to the
exhausted.
weekend yet.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff.
What
But-
color blue is the little pull tag on your shirt? You know, everything else is one color, and then you got a different color going
Yeah,
there.
does that bother you?
So it's
Yeah.
actually stripes.
Oh, it's
So
stripes?
it's the color of the dark stripe, but it's such a tiny, tiny stripe that
Okay. I thought it was a solid
you
blue.
have to be close.
Oh, okay.
Close
Well,
to know.
with my eyes, it doesn't matter. I would never see the stripes.
Stripes.
Yep.
Those are stripes.
Yeah.
They're stripes. They are.
A little bit armpit staining though.
What?
Who invited him? I need a ride home. I'm sorry,
I
Michael.
want you to know.
Raised you,
For
sir.
those of you,
Why would you say that?
for those of you who tuned in to see Blake win, that ain't happening today. It ain't
Especially of a
happening
guy
today.
who shows pits all
We're
the
going to
time.
start the question with Troy. Who's your favorite son?
Time.
Yes, Troy's got 12 points right there. Amanda, who's your favorite Blevins boy?
Try. I know.
That's 11 points. Ty is the better answer. Sorry, Blake. You're
I don't know.
already way
Ty is
behind.
definitely the better answer.
Ty's definitely a better answer. I'm just saying.
He's the most likable of all the Blevins boys.
Oh, why am I stuck with you guys?
He's got Mike checking over.
Oh, my
Do you know
God.
that Seinfeld episode where it was the bad breaker-upper? And he would, like, insult you with some, like, innocuous thing that would make you...
That wasn't Seinfeld. That's Troy's life.
Yeah, it is 100%.
So it was, like, some innocuous insult, and you would, like, laugh it off, but it would get in your head, and he told Elaine her head was too big. And then, like, birds started flying into it, and people were like, it's almost like the bird couldn't get out of the way. And so she starts, like, wearing hats and stuff.
Oh, man.
Well, she ate too many big salads.
Yeah, too many big salads.
Yep.
It's a salad, only bigger.
Only bigger. But you better say thank you for that salad.
Yes.
You better say thank you.
All right. Well, we got all kinds of things to talk about.
Do we?
All kinds of things to talk about. The one thing I brought last week that we didn't get to talk about, and I need an expert on this.
Uh-oh.
There's a story in the Epoch Health, optimistic mindset linked to poor decision making.
So
There's
I'm
an
here for you.
expert. Yeah, so
I'm here.
Now, I read the entire article, and this poor author of the article missed interviewing the one person in life who has made some very optimistic decisions. It's called optimism bias. Do you believe you are a victim of optimism bias? Or just an example, Troy Blevins?
I'm probably a victim of optimism bias. I'm very optimistic, so yeah.
Optimism bias causes people to believe they are less likely to experience negative events than they actually are. About 80% of people have optimism bias, so it appears to be an integral part of human nature. Yes, it is. Ask any redneck after they've said, watch this.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. Yes, any of those. Positivism is also a reflection of having a healthy or positive outlook that can lift the mood when people are going through difficult situations where they're able to see the other side of the coin. So, but here's the bad news, Troy, just for you. On the other hand, excessive optimism can lead people to make decisions that may cause harm in the future, including risky financial decisions. I'll skip the next one. Substance use and the consequences can come with significant personal
I appreciate you
costs.
skipping that one. I appreciate.
What was that one? I wanna see.
No, he didn't pre-read it, but
Yes.
he read it. As he read it, he
I-
stopped himself. So I appreciate.
I did edit it out.
I don't.
Yes.
I don't have
Was it the
to-
correct edit, Amanda?
I
I
don't.
mean,
I don't have to know.
I don't know enough about him to know if that's a correct
Yeah.
edit.
It wasn't the correct edit.
Yeah.
Blake, do you believe optimism can be dangerous for you?
Probably.
He's a Zoomer. Of course he thinks optimism is dangerous.
Blake, is everything dangerous for you?
No.
Maybe.
I mean, thinking something can be a funny comic can backfire horrendously. Just that a good example of that was what I just said 2 minutes ago.
Yes, it was a very.
And by the way, it's not an armpit; it's a shadow of the microphone.
Okay.
So just I see where he thought it was, but I've been studying from afar.
Yes. Well, I appreciate. Don't get too close to
It's the shadow of the microphone because when you moved, I was like, the armpit stayed moved.
Wait a second. It's all over the sleeve now.
That was like the
It's
time I told him
growing.
mid-show he had missed a hair on his cheek and he couldn't talk the rest of the show.
Oh no, that's so horrible. That's the worst.
She had me. She had me. Okay. We have Jon Stewart returned to TV this week.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Returned to The Daily Show only on Mondays. So he's working opposite of us. We work 4 days a week, and he only works 1 day a week.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I'm not judging him.
Wonder if he gets paid more.
It doesn't matter. We have a better
Something
audience.
tells me.
We have a much better audience
Yeah.
than
Oh,
Jon
without a
Stewart
doubt.
does. I mean, we have the best audience in the world, so why would we care how much money he gets made? We're just having fun here. Anyway, did anybody watch Jon Stewart's return?
No.
I don't. What channel? This is Comedy Central.
Comedy
It's still
Yeah.
Comedy
Do
Central.
we have that?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
But it's also on YouTube. So,
It's on YouTube TV.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Which means, I guess knowing that gives it away. Huh?
Did you watch?
Yes, I did.
What did
Was it
you
good?
think of the return of Jon Stewart? And before you answer, there were lots of people out there on the left that really criticized him for his monologue. So I just was curious what you thought of it and where it was, and then we can explain what the monologue was, or you can explain.
Do you seriously expect a stutterer to go into a 5-minute monologue about what Jon Stewart said about his monologue?
Well, listen, we have a stutterer who's the president, and it hasn't stopped him from misspeaking, so go for it.
Yeah. Good point. He's a leader of the free
He's the
world.
leader of the free world.
And it wasn't the first time the stutterer's been the leader of the free world.
That's
so.
true.
No.
But at least it's a stutterer and not someone by proxy like after Woodrow Wilson had a stroke and his wife did all the decisions.
She didn't tell anyone.
She didn't tell a
she
soul,
just
man.
didn't tell anybody.
We
The
had
only
one-
reason they found out is because she was about to run him for a second term. And so the people in Congress were like, no, we got to see that he's
Yeah.
actually cognizant.
Yeah.
And they forced their way in.
Yeah. So was it a good show or was it? Give us a 1 to 10.
Okay, so it was a 7. Like it definitely felt like I obviously I didn't grow up watching like most of Jon Stewart. I mainly watched like Trevor Noah when he was the host of the Daily Show.
I'm sorry.
What?
I actually enjoy Trevor Noah's stand up.
Yeah, he's all right.
His stand-up's not bad. He just was kind of flat on
Yeah.
The Daily Show.
Yeah, he
It
definitely was.
wasn't his...
But he definitely wasn't as charismatic as Jon Stewart.
Yeah. So
I think Jon Stewart did the best Daily Show, and I was not ever a huge fan
who's the
of
main
Daily
host
Show.
now? I don't even know enough about it.
So basically, right now, they still looking for a permanent host. Like since Trevor Noah left,
Should
so
I send in my resume?
no.
Oh,
Go for it.
No.
Why not?
No,
I don't
you're
have
too-
anything else going on.
You might be good for Daily
You're
Caller.
too funny for them. But
Probably too conservative.
Jon Stewart went after Joe Biden and Donald Trump's age. He went after both of them.
Yep.
The fact that he went after Biden is what made people on the left upset. They just wanted him to go after Trump. But he had a couple of salient points. One is these two guys are the two oldest men running for president. They just broke the record that they set 4 years ago. Right? And then he had the camera come really close. He said, I don't want to do this on the first show, but I've been away for 10 years. Zoom in. Come on, get closer. Yeah, time hasn't been kind to me either, right? He said, time hasn't been nice to me as well.
And they're 20 years older
And
than
they're
him.
20 years older than him. So that was kind of his point, is they're much older than me. So I thought it was a pretty good monologue. I thought he made fun of both sides, which I thought was pretty interesting. You don't get a lot of that.
That was kind of the hallmark of The Daily Show. I mean, they hit the right harder, obviously, but they did make fun of both sides.
Yeah. Here's the scary part for everyone in the United States. Put a camera on me right now.
It's on you.
They're 30 years older than this.
That was the whole point of the monologue.
Yeah.
30 years older.
That was.
Yeah, that's
That
crazy.
we need younger people, and at some point in time, some of these people got to quit running, right? And they just have to. So I thought it was pretty good for a first show back for a while, and I thought it was. There's parts I laughed at, there's times, like I said, I always thought he hit harder on the right than the left, but he did kind of throw some zingers out at everybody, and that's what you got to do if you want to be a good comedian in my mind.
Well, and you know, guys like him and Bill Maher, we actually saw some of their changes. You know, as they got older, got a little more money, and you know, we got to see some of their political changes and some of that hard left stuff soften throughout their career. So I appreciate both of them. You know, they stayed true to who they were. You know, and as they grew as human beings, it showed on their shows.
Yeah.
So.
Bill Maher keeps getting roasted on his podcast.
Bill Maher had an interesting moment this week.
Oh, yeah, with Jillian Michaels.
Now, first of all, Jillian Michaels should get a lot she get a lot of credit. She's a workout guru. I work out.
She was
The
the one
Biggest
who was on
Loser.
The Biggest Loser.
Yeah, Biggest Loser.
She got rich off of other people's fat.
Yes,
Yeah.
she did.
Yeah.
Well, she was.
Don't
she was a
don't fat
kid,
shame her fat shaming.
Yeah,
Bob Barker was
fat
always the better
shamer,
trainer.
and that's why she became the trainer, and that's why she was so intense. Because, like, I guess her parents had signed her up for a gym when she was in high school, and she was overweight, and she was like eating Doritos outside the gym.
Still
on
doesn't give her a
bench.
right to be
and
mean.
the trainer was like, "Get out."
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to show up here for a training session, mowing out on Doritos. It's like, you're not serious. Come back when you're serious.
She had guns. I mean, arms. I mean, she really did. People that were commenting on. But anyway, Bill Maher made the comment that inflation, that the United States came out of the pandemic better than any other country.
We won the pandemic.
We won, and she took offense at that. And she said, well, have you looked at inflation lately? And he kind of blew off housing costs, and he blew off the cost of cars, which are astronomical compared to what they were before the pandemic. And she finally had enough of him. And at this moment, she auditioned to become the United States spokeswoman for eggs. She said, have you bought any effing eggs lately?
It's groceries. It's not just eggs.
I
It's all
understand, but
groceries.
the point is she's making, she picked one item out of groceries, right?
Yeah.
Just one item. And I had to laugh hysterically because it's like, wow, all this time marketing people are trying to come up with an idea to get people to buy something, and she just throws it right out
Your
there.
slogan, have you bought some
Have you
effing
bought
eggs
any
lately?
eggs lately?
And all Bill Maher said was like, well, those are feelings. You feel that way. Those aren't the numbers. And she's like, okay, then explain it to me. Because I'm not an economist, but like I know what I'm paying for things.
Those are 100% the numbers.
Groceries are ridiculous.
It's insane.
They're insane.
Yeah, we would get out of there 4 or 5 years ago. Blake and I shop every Sunday. We go shopping every Sunday. We get out of there $120, $130, $40.
Can I guess
Every
now?
Sunday.
Can I guess?
Take a guess.
I'm going to say 190.
Closer to 300.
What?
Yeah.
Gracious.
And then Blake,
Yeah.
yeah, if we get out of there under 250,
Holy cow.
we're happy.
Yeah.
If we're out there, I mean, and you have a big family and probably
We do.
cook more at home than we do. So I mean,
It's insane.
it's a crazy number.
Well, okay. We kind of have to put a little bit of a caveat on that number because
Yeah, we kind of added.
because since Rebecca and May has been staying with us a lot more on Sundays.
Yeah, we added 1.5.
Yeah. But definitely prices would still be like around 270.
Yeah, no, I mean it's
That's
crazy. The number's nuts. I mean, it's almost like, and every time we come, we're like, okay, where do you think our number is? And we think it's like a game we play. He loses every time.
Melissa,
That's the only game I beat him at.
I go grocery shop. I went the other day just to buy a few things and still spent $100.
Yeah. The
Flowers
average,
were included in the things, but it was $100.
I just heard the average at something like 157 buys you what would have bought you $100 worth in 2019.
That feels right. No, that feels right. That's
Yeah,
50%
insane.
increase. Yeah.
Good gracious.
And I honestly think that this will become a bigger and bigger topic as you get closer and closer to the election. That's something people can feel every single day, and they're fed up paying what they're paying.
If Trump's people don't clip out that scene with Jillian Michaels saying, have you bought some effing eggs lately?
Yeah.
And use it as a campaign ad, then they're totally missing an opportunity.
Oh, she'll
there.
sue him for you can't
Sure she
use
would.
my words.
Bill Maher would copyright
So
him.
Amanda, is there something that you've changed in your buying habit that you used to buy, you don't buy anymore?
Oh yeah. I mean, we don't go to Publix anymore.
Oh, really?
We used to shop at Publix for probably 95% of what we would eat in our household, and we had to transition to Costco.
Yeah.
And so,
Wow. Okay.
like, we just
See, I go to
there are a
Winn
few
Dixie.
things we
I
go
go
to
to Winn
Publix
Dixie
for.
for meats, but I still go to Publix for everything else.
Did your dad work at Winn-Dixie?
Yeah, only 40 years.
Yeah, so you've got a tie to Winn-Dixie.
Oh yeah, only 40
If
years.
you walk into Publix, does he call you and go, "What the hell are you doing in that store?"
No, he actually shops at Walmart now because there's not
Okay.
Winn Dixie in Tennessee.
Okay.
yeah.
There's no Winn Dixie near him.
My grandfather was a butcher in the, I want to say it was probably the 60s or 70s, and he had my mom going to Winn-Dixie for meat also.
Yeah. My dad was a butcher. So,
Yeah.
that's- so
All right, I have a story about the impending doom of the Atlantic Ocean.
again,
The Atlantic Ocean is basically over.
How many impending dooms have we survived now?
they've already taken out all the mermaids.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
read the
Atlantis.
article
Yeah.
because I surf the Atlantic Ocean more than any other ocean. So for me, impending doom of my surf spot was bothering me. So I said I have to read this entire article. Atlantic Ocean at threat of collapse. Study shows.
It's going to implode.
It's going to collapse.
It's hard
I'm
to
like,
make water
where is it-
collapse.
Where is it going?
It's going to be a black hole.
I mean, so of course I have to read this, right? I'm like, whenever the Atlantic Ocean is at threat of collapse, study finds, I'm like, well, boy, I got to figure out what this says, right?
If we eroded the bottom through, it's going to go to
Who
the
wrote
polar.
this, Jarrell?
Steam it up.
Yeah. Just in case you weren't already worried about the future of your planet, a new study has found that the ocean system helping to regulate the climate could be on the course to collapse.
If you
And then
don't
I heard this in the background, right? This entire
If you don't have
drum roll.
crippling anxiety yet,
Yes.
let me inform you.
If we've not harmed you already with stories. The system that circulates water in the Atlantic, known as the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation, the AMOC,
Oh, why didn't you just start with that?
is heading for a tipping point, according to new research.
Well, it's because there it's flat. It's just falling off the edge.
Correct.
Just jumping into space.
This system is unfortunately being impacted by climate change.
Of course.
Okay. So we are now, let me count the paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 7 paragraphs in, right? 8, 9, the 10th paragraph. You would have long ago given up on this story.
I probably, just by the title,
you
I probably
checked out
would.
already.
Yeah,
Yeah, you would have already checked out.
Yeah,
Blake, would you
yeah.
have read the entire story?
No.
Okay. I had to read the entire story. Again, it's my surf spot, right? And I
Yeah.
got to know.
yeah.
The 10th
Where's the
paragraph.
Atlantic going?
The 10th paragraph, right? The 9th paragraph, they're talking about the research. And it says, this sounds alarming, but it's important to note that it's not the same as saying the collapse is going to happen imminently. They have run their model for a long time
Yeah.
and push it quite hard to make the collapse happen.
What was their
So
model's name?
assuming they're right, the route could still be a long one before there's problems. So question number 1 of the day in trivia is how many years out does this model predict
Should we put our
doom?
phones down now?
Yes, put your
Okay,
phone.
okay.
Does it predict impending doom?
Impending
Impending
doom.
doom for the AMOC in the Atlantic. How many years
got
out?
that.
Amanda's in charge
I've got the comments
of
covered.
the impending doom.
I'm in charge of the impending doom.
You
Oh,
are the
no.
leader of the impending doom meter.
When is the impending doom
Yes.
happening? It's got to be far enough out that no one currently can be held accountable, but not so far that everyone rolls their eyes. So I'm going to say 120 years.
I'm going to say 1,212 years.
1,212.
1212.
I'm going to say 10,000 years.
10,000.
The actual is 1,700 years.
Holy crap.
1,700 years
Wiener.
for this
Wiener.
impending doom.
It's impending.
Now, when I got to paragraph 11, which is the last one,
You
it's
know
like,
how long
Hey.
my beard's going to be by then?
hey, the next line is sign up for our newsletter. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be alive when all this shit happens. I don't need to see
Yeah.
what's going on in 1,700 years.
1,700 years.
I'm good.
I'm 100% good with that.
At what point is 1,700 years impending?
Impending.
Yeah.
An impending doom. And they're trying to get the temperature to change 3 degrees Celsius, and they can't get it to change for 1,700 years in their own models.
Gosh. 3 degrees.
Where's that hockey stick when you need it?
3 degrees Celsius.
3 degrees
Okay.
Celsius.
Well, what is that Fahrenheit? That's
6.
6. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
We'll probably,
Maybe 7, yeah.
My prediction as a non-scientist, we'll probably have an ice age and come out of the ice age before any of this 1,700
yeah,
years.
we're gonna have climate.
Yes.
Heat, cold, heat, cold, heat.
cold.
Yeah.
Oh, and then this thing will
Impending doom.
Impending doom.
Dinosaurs are back.
Well, how many end of the world crises will we have to survive in order to get to the impending doom?
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, there's one asteroid passing another one going, hold my beer.
Yeah.
I can make it there in 1699. I can take it.
In other news,
Hey, where are you going? I'm going for the third rock.
in other news, the author of this story, when she says I'm coming, her boyfriend does not listen to her.
Oh, harsh.
Yeah.
Very harsh. Especially since Valentine's Day was yesterday.
Well, you started it with you can get back together with your significant other, so because
Yes,
you're
I
free
did.
from
I
buying
100%
gifts.
did do
You
that.
took us dark to begin with.
I did. Yes.
Was that yesterday?
No, National Breakup Day is
It's
the
the
13th.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you
Oh,
break up,
yes,
so you
break
don't
up,
have to
save
do
some
Valentine's
Save some
Day.
money and then get back
See,
together
And
afterwards.
National Reconciling Day. Is
See, I was congratulating all the men that got married on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Because they only had to buy one gift.
So yeah, there
saved
is.
That's not how that works.
They saved it. Did you get married on Valentine's Day?
No, I'm just telling you, that's not how that works.
Well, then you
You
don't
buy
know.
gifts all the time, and if it happens to be a special day on another special day,
I would
you
have
buy
got away with.
multiple
I would
gifts.
have got away with one. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, I'm telling
It'd have
you,
been a good one, but
I'm
I'd
going to
got away
prove
with
that I
one.
was right.
Yeah.
Who was married longer?
Good point.
Let me just end this now.
You only had 3 dates before you got married. That's not even a fair
I had
contest.
4.
So my parents got married in December, and my dad pulls that an awful lot. This will count for Christmas and
And,
anniversary,
yeah.
and it doesn't. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
As long as he's
end well.
not buying like a vacuum or an iron. I mean, those are horrible
Those
gifts.
have happened before.
Oh.
As birthday or as Christmas and anniversary.
Oh gosh, your dad's not a good gift buyer.
This is not fair, but when Barbara Jean starts talking about impending doom, I immediately think of the next NFL season for the Vikings.
Oh, sad.
wow.
I know.
Going into the weekend.
Oh, Barbara
Picture
Jean, I'm
your
so
cornflakes
sorry.
today.
BJ, I am not a part of this.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Listen, I just want you to know the Jaguars will beat you there.
No, we need the Vikings. I mean, they help our schedule.
I don't know about that. That was Troy picking on you on that one.
Kirk
Blake,
Cousins,
your turn.
Kirk Cousins is awesome, but I really like
I
Kirk
think he's
Cousins.
a good
Kirk
person.
Cousins is really good, but he'll look really better in the Steelers uniform next year.
Oh, Blake wants him on the Steelers.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we have sports questions
Hey,
today, too.
I'd take him to I'd take him on the Dolphins even.
Yeah. There was an app that was previewed.
Oh, she's mad at you.
An appetizer?
Barbara Jean, I said I was sorry twice. It just came into my mind.
Keep my team out of your mouth.
I feel like she just walked on stage and slapped me.
Do you need me to slap him? I can do it. I mean, I might get fired.
All right, so they previewed this app. It's been out for a while, but it's an app about prayer. Mark Wahlberg did the ad. It was during the Super Bowl. Slate took offense.
Who?
Slate. They're a
Far left outlet.
far left news organization that I don't know will be around much longer, but the 904 now will be
layoffs.
around a lot longer than they will because their impending doom is coming. But anyway,
Yeah.
they
We're impending dudes in 7,500
yes,
years.
in
Yeah.
7,500 years they'll still be here. But Slate said maybe you saw the Super Bowl ad. There are a few strange things about Hallow. So the app is Hallow. It's about praying, right? You may be thinking, did Mark Wahlberg of the Transformers and the Funky Bunch just tell me in the middle of the biggest sporting event of the year, among commercials for Pringles and Mountain Dew, Baja Blast, to pray?
Who doesn't know that Mark Wahlberg is a devout Catholic?
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't start that way.
He didn't. Well, that's why he's so devout now, because he had a really rough childhood and he committed crimes and things, and he has come
He
to
had a
Jesus
wild
now.
streak. He had a wild streak to him.
He had a wild streak.
So they
was more fun
took
then.
offense. Now, Amanda, I think, will know who this person was, right? If you missed the 30-second ad consisting of Wahlberg saying a prayer and thanks to God over shots of people praying, oh my gosh. At one point, a man with a beard and a long hair receives a cross of ashes on his forehead. Do you know who that man was?
Man with beard and long hair?
The beard and long hair.
Is it the one that plays Jesus in The Chosen?
Yes. It was that who was also in the Jesus Revolution.
Okay.
With Kelsey Gardner. Did a great job in that movie too, right?
All right.
The ad ends
Imagine
with,
getting typecast as Jesus.
Yes. Yes. It turns out that a Christian prayer app modeled after, imagine being typecast as Jesus and then going on a dating app. I can't date this man.
You got to be married before you get typecast as Jesus. And his wife will be at a bar. He ain't no Jesus.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It just talks about how much money they're making and how this guy with Slate is just amazed that a prayer app would spend $7 million on an ad, right? With the Super Bowl.
You don't think he's going to get it back?
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's one of the biggest business in the world is Christian. Is that the next question?
The next story, the Catholic News Agency, after Super Bowl ad, Catholic prayer app, Hallow sees biggest spike in its history.
Yeah.
Of course, Slate could have reported this too.
Yeah, but they didn't.
But they didn't because they just wanted to slam the ad and they wanted to slam prayer. But the the Catholic News Agency was all excited.
Does he not understand, like, the Catholic Church is one of the largest landowners in the United States?
And here's the thing, it's interesting. The 30-second ad was shown in 15 markets across the country. Mm-hmm. Right, so it wasn't shown in all
just
the markets.
15.
It was just 15.
Yeah. Okay, it was on ours, right?
Yeah, it wasn't ours.
Yes. It wasn't ours.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did you see it on ours? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The only religious one that I remember was the he gets us.
Washing?
Yeah.
The foot washing was another one.
I stand by that. I don't think that was a great ad just because I don't think it was accessible to the people that they thought it was accessible to.
Yeah.
I don't know that everyone associates foot washing with Jesus and
respect.
How you should be a servant in the faith. Like, I just don't. I think that's a little
a sign of respect. Yeah, but I think people get that. I think people get that.
I had to explain it to people in my house.
Well, I'll tell you.
Maybe you should teach them.
No. But that's a teachable moment.
That's
it. That makes that ad very effective because you went an extra mile to explain it, and now they won't forget it.
Well, they were looking at it like, what is happening?
That's
and I
what
was
ads
like,
are
well,
about.
Jesus washed the apostles' feet at the Last Supper. It's the foot washing. And they were like, oh, it's still kind of creepy.
Me as a heathen knows that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you attended church.
Yeah. Well, once or twice.
He went for the girls.
Yeah. Here for the chicks.
I'm not judging.
I mean, if that's what gets you in the door.
It's not a lie.
It's not a lie. I'm not judging. I'm just simply stating something I thought to be a fact.
If that's what gets you in the door, Jesus can still speak to your soul.
That is right. Yes.
Billy Graham went because someone asked him to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's usually what it is. There's a friend or a family member or something like that. Hey, come with me.
Yes. The House of Representatives passed a bill today.
People that don't attend church. I'm just kidding.
stripping. There's your stripping story, Barbara Jean. Stripping the Biden administration from authority to permit natural gas export projects. So a couple weeks ago, Biden said no more export of natural gas. Mm-hmm. So the House voted, and this is a crazy vote. Blake, tell me if this is not interesting. 224 to 200, which is almost what you could call bipartisanship today, because it wasn't a straight party line vote. Several Democrats jumped over. I was going to say
it's about 10 jumped over, right?
Yeah. Yep.
10 to 12 jumped over.
10 to 12 jumped over, which is very 9 Democrats to be exact.
Okay.
9.
And an independent.
And voting in favor. So what they're trying to do is make the agency in charge make the decision, and they have to make the decision based on...
The people that actually know?
Yes, the people that know. Yes.
What?
So
that's weird, government. Go with the professionals.
So Europe still gets about 15% of its natural gas from Russia. Mm-hmm. So by us not exporting, Europe has to buy more natural gas,
which helps their economy,
from Russia.
Yeah.
And according to one of the congressmen that proposed this legislation, is that our natural gas is cleaner than the Russian natural gas. I think it sounds like a Cold War claim to me, but it might be true, right?
Well, we have environmental protections to make sure that we're doing the least harm to the land that we're extracting fossil fuels from.
Well, I just think ours burns cleaner. I don't know how. Like I said, it sounded like a Cold War claim to me.
It
right?
definitely still sounds like a Cold War claim. Amanda really wasn't. She was alive, but she wasn't really alive.
Yeah.
I wasn't tuned in politically
in 1986.
But that's
How old
the
were you in
argument.
'86?
In 86, I was 5.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So-
Your kindergarten wasn't talking about Cold War stuff.
No, surprisingly.
you didn't have to watch one movie as a teenager or a middle schooler about the end of the world because the United States was going to cause Russia to launch missiles.
Wolverines!
We watched the duck and cover
Shall we
commercials
play a
on
game?
Nick at Night. Nick at Night would do like vintage commercials, and that's when I learned that duck and cover was a thing.
Yes, it was.
How old were you when you watched War Games? Have you ever seen War Games?
I watched the first time I watched War Games. I was like 8 or 9. It was like shortly after it came out. We actually just watched that with the kids.
Yeah. What's the password? What was his password? Do you remember? Have you seen War Games?
I have not.
All right. I remember it from 1984.
Yeah, I know want to play a game is the...
Yeah.
you want to
Was that
play a
before
game?
or after Matthew Broderick killed somebody in an accident?
It was before, way before. He
It was
still
well. It was
like that.
well before.
I don't remember what the password is. You're going to tell me, and I'm just going to be so mad that I can't remember.
It was the computer programmer's son's name, Joshua.
Yes. As
Oh,
soon as
yeah,
you
when
said
they
the
were
son, I
hacking
got
it,
it.
they went to the hacker and
Yeah.
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 So-
As soon as you said that, I was like,
And
oh.
what game did they play to figure it out at the end?
Weren't they playing chess?
Meteor?
No, it was a game you can never really win if you use logic.
Oh, okay. It's Kobayashi Maru.
No.
No. It was much easier and simpler than that.
Yeah.
It involves 9 boxes.
So tic-tac-toe?
Yes.
Yeah. That's how they figured out you can't win in tic-tac-toe and you can't win in nuclear war. And that's how the computer shut itself down.
All right.
Now that
I've ruined the movie for everyone.
No, it's not. In that movie, the computer learned.
Yes.
Right? In the Terminator, the computer did not learn, and it just launched the nuclear strikes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Skynet.
tic-tac-toe at the end. I was very young.
Skynet. I still think Skynet's out there and it's coming.
It's already exists.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
already exists. Somebody invented it just because they wanted to see if they could, and we're going to have to deal with it later.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys ready for trivia?
That's the Jurassic
I'm
Park
already up
line.
1-0.
You're up 1-0. Yes.
I thought you're up 13.
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm up
right.
11.
Yeah.
He's got nothing.
He's got -6.
-12. Okay.
Take it back. Those pits are real.
All right.
All right. Covering comments.
So
I don't want to close it because I don't want it to
close it.
unmute on its own.
We're going to start today with the Jackie Hurd calendar, which I think the photos are amazing, by the way.
They are amazing.
They're
Yeah.
amazing.
She left me a calendar. I appreciate
Yes.
you guys having her leave one, or did she do it on her own?
Famous St. Augustinian's birthday is today, Troy Blevins.
It's not Troy Blevins.
No, it's not Troy Blevins. It is not
There's
Troy
no
Blevins.
one in this room.
Famous.
Famous St. Augustinian. I'm going to be embarrassed if it's Henry Flagler, but I'm going to go with Henry Flagler because that is what we're talking about today is the relationship between Henry Flagler and Rockefeller.
Yeah.
So
Tycoons.
All right. Can you give away if this person is alive or dead?
I'm just simply telling you, famous St. Augustinian. You get the same clue that everyone else got. You're down a lot. Don't make me any madder than you are.
you're already -6.
Stetson Kennedy.
Stetson Kennedy.
You would never. You don't know Mike Davis.
Famous St. Augustinian. I don't know. I'm going to say Mike Davis, although I know his birthday's in June.
It's
It's not. It's not.
It's July?
It is. It's in
July
July.
6th?
July.
Yes. You guys are all going to kick yourself, especially you, Mr. Historian, who brings the Stoidum stat of the day. Today is Pedro Menendez's birthday.
Oh, damn it. I
Allegedly.
should have known.
Pedro
Damn it.
Menendez's birthday.
I work in
Stat of the day.
I work in-
Got skunked.
I work in the City Hall building.
Remember the Maine led the story this morning.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
I work in the City Hall building, and they were doing a ceremony outside the Pedro Menendez statue.
Wow, shame on you. I said Henry Flagler just to be safe in case it was.
-12.
Yes.
The anger.
I was wondering why they were all getting together around that statue.
Free drinks and
Makes
cookies.
So much sense.
Why is the mayor dressed up today? Huh.
All right.
Next question, please.
Next question. Gotcha. Let me turn this over.
Mike knew that because he was at his fifth birthday party.
Blake Blevins.
Why?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, now 9 teams. 8 teams. I didn't count that. 8 teams that have won back-to-back Super Bowls. We are going to go around the table. You have to tell me one of the teams. Once you name it, it's off the list.
I only know 2, and I'm the second one to answer, so I'm okay.
You're going to get 1 point.
I know.
All right. Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay. Yep. So Blake's got that one.
Patriots.
Yep. Amanda.
Green Bay Packers.
Troy Blevins. Yep.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to go with Giants.
No.
No, I should have. No, I know which I should have said.
Miami Dolphins.
They never won 2 in a row.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
73 and 74.
It's not listed on here.
What?
Then it's wrong.
That's
It's not
wrong.
listed
It
on
is
here.
wrong.
Then it's wrong.
It is wrong.
They won back to back. It's 73 and 74.
1972, 1973, the perfect season, then the year after.
But the Super Bowls were in 73 and 74.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The no-name
But I know what my next
The no-name defense.
Super Bowl winners by year.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, man.
What year did you tell me?
73 and 74 would have been the year. The seasons would have been 72 and 73.
I'm not going to look.
Yeah, that all crap means you get.
No. The dang thing stopped at the Miami Dolphins
Okay.
at 74. It doesn't. It quit going back. I'm like, wait a minute. Give me all of this.
Well, Green Bay was the first
Hey,
two.
no, Amanda, you are cheating.
No,
I'm just 1973. That's all I'm doing.
they only won
1973.
one.
No, they won 2 back to back. I'll bet the lunches. I bet you all the lunches I owe you.
Miami Dolphins emerged victorious over the Redskins 14-7 in Super Bowl 7 in January 14, 1973.
And
I only searched 73. I'll search 74 now.
what's the next one?
74.
I will tell
Dolphins conquered the Vikings. Sorry, Barbara Jean.
Yeah.
24-7 in 74.
Yeah.
Well, this thing sucks because it says the Pittsburgh Steelers.
John Denver.
Wait,
Don't do the rest of them because I think I
he
know
said
them
the
all.
Pittsburgh Steelers won in 74 and 75.
All right, come on, bring on the other ones.
That was the season of that. So that was
They
that
won
season.
back to back.
Yeah,
74, 75.
but it was the season of 74 and 75. They actually won the Super Bowl in 75, 76.
76.
Yeah. But it was that season. And that's what makes it hard to do that.
Because
but the Steelers, he's already got the Steelers.
Yeah.
So you got the Chiefs and the Steelers.
I said
Giants. And I said,
yeah.
back to you now?
No, did you answer?
Yeah, I had
You
the
said
Dolphins.
Miami,
I had the
so-
Dolphins, and he said,
All right. Denver Broncos.
Broncos are one, yes.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to say Cowboys.
Good job.
Yes.
See, that was when as soon as I said it, I was.
How many are left?
There's only one left.
Okay. I got to run through the teams that are
It's
there.
an easy one, and you should get this. Of all of it, you should get this one.
It's okay. So I got the Broncos in the 90s, Cowboys in the 90s, Steelers and the Dolphins in the 70s, Green Bay in the 60s.
You got to figure out the 80s team.
You said the Patriots, 80s teams. I know the Raiders won some there. Oh man. Oh, 49ers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's like, whew.
So Troy
I was feeling the pressure.
Troy got 2. Blake got 3.
I literally was running through.
I got 2.
Surprisingly, got 2 sports
I was
questions right.
running through every year before I got to them.
Okay.
And what kills me is you knew that.
Yeah.
Tell me your son's birthdays.
His is 111. 11101. He has the easiest birthday to remember. The other one's 111502.
Right, Blake went first, right? We started
Yeah,
that whole
yeah.
round robin. Okay, so it's Amanda. Which 2016 presidential candidate said this about Joe Biden's speech this week?
2016.
2016 presidential candidate. Gonna build a wall with Gaza and make Mexico pay for it. And boy, are they gonna be confused.
I'm going to say Hillary.
That's a beautiful quote.
It's an amazing quote. After
Hillary.
Biden's speech confusing the Egyptian president with the president of Mexico, it's a brilliant quote.
I'm saying Hillary.
You see, I'm trying to think who's funny enough to do it
Yes.
and take a jab like that. I got to go with Ted Cruz.
Yeah, I think Ted Cruz is funny, but I think it's Hillary.
I think Ted Cruz has the sense of humor to knock that one.
It has to be a Republican. Like, oh.
Yeah, you see, Bernie doesn't have that kind of sense of humor.
No.
He was the only other Democrat candidate.
but
Bernie
plus-
He's
agreed
sitting
with
there
it.
with his mittens.
Bernie's like, that's a great idea.
Great idea.
Plus, also, who cares about Martin O'Malley anyway? Shit. I'm gonna say Ted Cruz.
Rand Paul.
Rand Paul.
He's a funny guy,
Rand
too.
Paul.
You know
Rand
what?
Paul
He's
came up
salty
with
enough
that.
to
He's
do
a
that.
funny guy, too. He's a smart
Yes.
guy.
He is.
Doctor.
Rand Paul.
Dr. Paul.
All right, so
Never
there-
saw it coming.
the inventor of Pop-Tarts died this week. The inventor
R.I.P.
of Pop-Tarts died. What?
He's the reason why I had breakfast for like 15 years.
Everybody gets one chance at this because there were 4 original flavors.
Your turn.
Okay? Name one of the 4 original flavors.
I'll go with strawberry.
That is one of the flavors.
It's good to go first.
Now-
That's the only one I really was confident in.
Yeah.
One of the 4 original flavors, long before you were a twinkle in your dad's eye. In fact, the 4 original flavors came out in '64. You weren't even born. I wasn't even
Yeah.
born. Pop-Tarts predate us. Do you know how old they are?
Yeah. And you know what? Some of those still are fresh.
Yes.
They are.
Yep.
I would say brown sugar cinnamon.
You are
took
correct,
mine.
sir.
Cinnamon, that
You
was my
took
next
mine.
one.
That's
That
what
was
I was
my other one,
gonna
too.
say.
You are correct.
Oh,
there's,
no.
there's 2 easy ones left.
I want to
Okay.
say blueberry.
Gosh!
Blueberry is. Blueberry is. Yes. Blueberry is. All right. Just for fun, who thinks they know the 4th one? Who thinks they know the 4th flavor? Davey, you're wrong.
I would go with apple.
Blake, you think you know the 4th flavor?
Oh, I'm gonna say. No. No. Ooh, cookies and cream.
I'm going to say cherry.
Apple was the 4th flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to jams and jellies is where
Yeah.
I got that. It was like, well, it would have been easy at the time to just
Yeah.
slide it right in there.
For sure.
They
Did I
still,
give you a point for that?
Yeah, I think
No.
I think I heard they missed it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I got to give you a point for that. That's 5 for you, 4 for
Yeah.
Blake. Before we adjust his score for
Adjust
comments
for
made at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
All right.
Shrinkflation's hitting your score, buddy.
Yes. So there was a special election this week in New York to fill the seat of George Santos, who now is apparently doing all kinds of things online. Some of them probably not OnlyFans. How much money did outside groups spend to help the Democrat win the race?
Outside of the state of New York.
Outside. Yep. Total outside groups, outside New York
I think
State.
Blake goes first.
Yeah,
Blake.
he does.
Yeah.
In a
I
race
started-
that no
I
one
started
showed
the-
up to vote for. Right?
I started the Pop Tarts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blake?
$15.3 million.
15.3. That's very exact. I think it's more than that. 15.4.
I'm gonna go 15.4 and 1 penny.
So who's the lowest?
Me.
Blake,
13 million was the amount of outside
we should have
money
wedged
spent.
him in there. My bad.
Yeah.
So
We gotta
I-
work together on this.
I
That was a
expected you-
very bad move.
I'm taking responsibility for
I
that one.
expected you to go under.
It's on me. I feel terrible about that.
Why did I assume you would be at the bottom on that one?
Yeah, I thought it was much higher.
Yeah,
I was
I did
thinking in the 20 million range.
Outside groups. Yeah, that's what.
Okay. Inflation. We talked about inflation earlier.
Never heard of it.
Inflation.
It doesn't exist,
There
according
are
to Bill Maher.
4 things
It's a mythical thing.
that have gone through the roof, right? Energy, electricity, food, and housing.
Have you seen the F and Eggs?
Which of those 4, energy, electricity, food, or housing, has gone up the most?
Energy, electricity, food, or housing. Housing's location specific.
Yeah, I was going to say that's regional.
Energy. I'm going to say food.
All right, energy,
Electricity.
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 Food or housing.
You went with food. I'm going to go electricity.
That was my second one.
I'm gonna go with food.
Energy Number one.
Yeah,
32%
well,
increase.
they
Electricity.
have energy and and I don't understand the difference between those two because I see electricity as energy.
Yeah.
Electricity 28%.
Okay.
Food at 21%.
Is energy just gas? Is that gas prices?
Yeah, I guess
Gas and
I guess
diesel.
that's fuel. Yeah.
Housing at 19.4.
Yeah.
So nobody gets a point off of that one.
Yeah. So energy would be if that
Energy is.
I think my power bills went up more than my gas bill has.
I think you're thinking this is from 2021 until 2024. So gas was what, $2?
Yeah,
when
maybe
Biden
so.
took office?
Yeah.
So
What do we
it's
That's a 35%.
That's a 35% increase depending on where you're at. So yes.
we have natural gas at our house.
No gas that goes in your car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, anyway,
Gas that you that we use every week.
So BMW, a BMW owner of an i3 had to change his batteries out. He was given an invoice or an estimate. What was the amount of the estimate to change out the batteries for the owner of a BMW i3?
Is this an electric car?
Yeah,
Electric
it is.
car, yep.
Yeah.
Your
Is
first
it me?
right?
$24,000.
24.
$24,000 and $1.
We're
What'd you-
blocking him out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we're blocking
so
him.
$24,000 and $2.
Okay. Amanda's going to get the point, but all of you, right, could afford about 1/3 of the repair. $71,000.
How much are those
I'm out.
cars?
$71,000.
I thought they were under 100,000.
Oh, dude.
It's not that nice a car.
It's an electric car. I don't think it's nice at all.
Anytime these stories get published, then there's always a fact check, and it's like price of batteries varies based on. It's
I
like,
can tell you, Mike, there are some really nice electric cars.
They actually printed the estimate. The estimate is right there.
I can tell you,
fair.
there are some really nice electric cars. I'm not gonna lie, and they are super fast.
dude.
All
Yeah,
right.
I've heard Teslas are a lot of fun. I have a friend who's getting
They
a
are
Tesla.
super
Trump.
quick.
So there was a big kerfluffle this week. Kerfluffle over Donald
it
Trump
kerfluffle?
saying that he would not
Kerfuffle.
defend NATO members that did not contribute their 2% of GDP to their defense spending.
I'm not gonna lie, I like that.
I'm not going to lie, I wasn't either. There are now 31 NATO countries. How many of those countries this year are estimated to meet the 2% of GDP on their defense spending? Blake Blevins.
Out of 31.
Out of 31.
Got it.
7 countries.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
1.
I'm going to go in between on this one because I know the U.S. made it,
Yeah,
and I think Germany actually made it. So I'm going to go.
that would be an improvement.
I'm going to go 3, and we might split the vote.
So the amazing thing is the strategy of trapping Blake, you guys can't seem to stick to, right?
You mean there was more than 7?
18 of
Wow.
the 31
That's
countries.
a
impressed.
great improvement.
That is
Yes.
a huge improvement since Donald Trump made his hard
I'm
line.
gonna go-
Yes.
But
Yes.
see, I thought it reverted back. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he's out. We ain't paying no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the mindset I had.
I thought it reverted back too.
There are 18 of the 31 countries
Wow, good job,
that are
Trump.
expected to hit that. That is a far cry from what it was when Trump came into office.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do we all as so as next question, do we have to name all the countries now?
No, I would never do that because I would fall asleep waiting for you guys to name the countries.
Yeah.
I
Get
would
to
lose
18.
interest in that
Get to
question
18.
too. I would 100% lose interest in that. All right. Trade between the United States and other countries. Who is our number one trading partner right now? The country that we have the most trade with?
I'm going to say Mexico.
I'm going to have to say Mexico too.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah, is it Canada?
I think they're 1
Our
and 2.
home
Yeah.
and
I just don't know which one is.
native land.
So our number one trading partner is Mexico.
Damn
it.
Our number two trading partner is Canada. So Troy now has 6, Blake has 6, and Amanda has 5.
Well, Blake's at 0 because he's got.
Yeah, I think he started at -6.
we're going to make that adjustment.
Welcome to almost positive.
Almost positive, yeah. Yes. All right. What position in trading partner does China hold? What number are they? Oh. A lot of the trade changed after the pandemic.
COVID, yeah.
After COVID.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put him in the 6th spot.
That would have been my number as well. I'm going to say 7.
We can trap him.
I don't want to go higher.
I know you don't want to go higher.
But to trap him, I have to. I'll say 8. I think
What
it's
were
low.
you?
I was 6.
You were
7.
Say 8.
8. 3 is the answer.
He's three.
China is still
Okay.
number 3. Bobby
Okay.
gets a point because
Damn.
Bobby
I
gets
thought,
2.
I thought
Bobby
Japan,
had
I
the
thought
last 2 of the
Japan
last
went
2.
past him, and I thought
Yeah.
Germany went past him.
No, they really have kind of.
Where's Japan? And does it give the full list?
Japan and Germany are number 4 and 5.
Okay,
Yes.
I thought both of them passed
They're
China.
essentially tied at 4 and 5. China was the number 1 trading partner, but once the pandemic hit and people started to get the supply chain issues,
Staying
they just
closer.
started going to other places to buy
Yeah.
materials and stuff. So, yes. All right, George Soros is set to take over the second biggest radio station chain in the United States. Can you imagine if we were doing radio and working for George Soros?
I
jokes would write themselves.
I could, but I think it would be painful for
That
you.
would be awful. It would be incredible.
I would thoroughly enjoy your pain.
So, Odyssey, AUDACE, Odyssey is the, not Odyssey, Odyssey is the chain he's trying to buy. He's buying a large portion of their debt. Okay. How much of their debt is George Soros buying?
Percentage.
Dollar amount.
Dollar amount. Dollar
Dollars.
amount.
In dollars. In dollars. And this is an important one
Dollar
because
big.
right now Troy has a 1-point lead before we adjust Blake for the inappropriate joke at the beginning of the show.
Yes.
how big.
Well, we
is
got
this
we
network?
got we got Blake blocked out. So
This
whatever she goes, I'm going the other way. So good luck, Blake.
I really had to get this number on the nose.
You got to nail it. So
I'll tell you this much. They filed for bankruptcy, Chapter 11, to restructure $1.9 billion in debt.
1.9
So how much
billion.
of their debt has he bought to get a controlling interest?
$6.3 billion.
$1 billion?
yeah,
All right.
yeah, because the debt was what did you say? 11 billion was the debt?
11 billion?
6.3.
Okay. So he bought 6.3.
$1.9 billion, Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
1.9 billion.
You
1.9.
dyslexic that all over the
Oh,
place.
okay. That was,
Okay,
and
that's what I
and
thought.
he just
That's
went
right.
6 billion, so he went above what
Yes.
the debt was.
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't matter now. It's me
I know,
and you.
we're good. All right. So
That's 100
That's
lakes.
why I was
That's
like,
100 lakes of
Boy.
Minnesota question right there.
so I'm going to say.
How do you get that disease in Houston?
I'm going to say, so what was it? It was 1.9
billion.
billion.
$1.9 billion
I'm going to
in
say
debt.
700 million.
I'm going to go slightly above her. So 701 million.
Surprisingly, 13 billion. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, what? Really?
$414 million worth of debt.
Yay.
On the board.
So
On the board. I was one behind you.
Amanda is tied with Blake before we adjust for the inappropriate comment at the beginning of the show. So Troy Blevins has won. Blake, next week I would
Good
advise
teamwork.
you to come in here and tell me how
Team
amazing my
That's a
outfit
team
looks.
victory. Team victory.
Team victory right there. Blake,
That's for the armpit comment.
yes. Exactly. I'm happy for them today. Very, very happy for them today.
Very happy for-
you have Bollocks tonight.
Yeah.
You and Blake and Lenny.
Yeah, we're doing the history of the relationship between Henry Flagler and John D. Rockefeller. A lot of people don't understand how that all started in Cleveland and then being such good friends and how it progressed.
Were they both on the board of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
they might have
I'm
been.
just asking.
I tell you what, if you're out there and you're watching, Cool and the Gang's out there. If you get a chance to get to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and make a vote for Cool and the Gang because they're one of the nominees this year.
Oh, cool.
You know, if he had just called when I was on the radio
He
show,
called
I
when you
could
weren't
have
there. He called when you weren't there.
I'm
And I knew
actually
him that day.
because I think he's.
It was
I
me.
think-
It was me, Dead Man, and Cool.
I think because Cool is so cool, I probably am going to go on and vote for him.
Yeah,
I think he's a cool dude.
he's a great guy.
All right, so Bollocks is tonight. Blake's helping you out.
Yeah. If he can stay conscious, I see him yawning over there.
Any huge announcements that we should look forward to tomorrow on the morning show?
You're just gonna have to tune in.
think
There's always Friday announcement.
there's 9 days, right? Till Florida Man games.
Yeah.
9
we're coming
days.
We're coming up on it. Yeah, we're 9 days out. But we are on a race car. Florida Man Games is on it. Pete's on a race car. On Saturday's race in Daytona.
Yeah.
It's on the.
Pete's going to be down there, right?
Yeah. I think he was down there for the 150s, the twin races.
Cool. I have a funny somebody that I vaguely know. They're not a close friend of mine. Took a day off last week to go down and watch the twin 125s or the
last week.
Last week, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
How'd they do?
There was no one in the parking lot.
Oh, wow.
There was no one in the stands, and there were no cars there either. They took a day off to go to something.
The bad part is we told you he was going to the 125s. They're 150s now.
I have no idea.
It's been about a decade.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not a race car guy. I'm a wrestling guy, but not a race car. Wrestling, the old school wrestling. All right. Anything for you this weekend?
No.
Just work, laundry.
Laying low. My daughter decided to throw a Galentine's party, so I guess I'm her social coordinator now. She's training me for my retirement position on a cruise ship as a social connector.
Well, the nice thing is it will help with planning weddings later.
Yeah.
You have 2 girls.
I know.
Did you see that look?
I have to pay for 2 weddings.
Do you need to talk? Is there something?
No, I need a loan, Mike David.
You need more money is what you need.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
You need
and the cruise
money.
ships don't pay that well.
They don't. But I can get away.
You can get away. All right. It's been a great week. Thank you, guys. We will be back Monday. We have a special guest. An old host is coming to sit in with us. Ooh. And it's not you. You got Mondays off. So,
not me.
So come join us and see who's coming back to talk to us on Monday. Have a great weekend. Tune in tomorrow for the morning show.
Bye.